Judgment! Because that means that they know for a fact putting this forward. Like, we could have waited to see whether they did put it forward, but they know that putting this forward, it's going to be going into death, which is like not what you want to be doing. Obviously, they could have a Get Excited and Mystic Shot that could kill Garen, but that's the level up on Garen.
Hello everyone, Gomez here from the LAN Up channel, and again I'm here with a deck for you today. This one is a healing landmark deck, but with 4 Dumusia. Let's get into this. So as I said, today's deck is a healing deck, but we are using healing, which is so Star Spring with Soraka, but we are in Dumusia instead of, because normally obviously you see Tom Kench with this, like I said, Bilgewater, or you see a little bit of Brom has been put into this as well, like in terms of like so Freljord stuff. But I've decided that I'm going to throw a little bit of Dumusia, because Dumusia does have a lot of different things that can force your units to take damage, which then means that like you can heal them, as well as obviously they've got a number of different challenge units or things that allow you to make everything challenge, and then you can decide where the damages go and things along those lines. So that is where we're going with here, and because we're doing that, and because we are letting things take damage on our attack turn, that we are also throwing in good old Jarvan and Garen's in there, because the ability to rally and be able to like do this again and again and again, and then like hope that you've got that healing landmark out there so that you're just reaping the benefits. Because bear in mind, Garen does have regeneration himself, which does actually count towards the healing landmark. So that's the reason why we're going with this today. It is a very silly deck, but at the same time, like there are certain synergies which do mean that it's somewhat of an okay deck. So that is what we're going to be going with today, and I hope that you have a good laugh watching what the hell happens, because I haven't actually really played this deck that much. All the games you're going to be seeing will be just like seeing what the hell goes on. One of them was streamed, because I got one of these done when I was streaming, so obviously shameless plug time. If you didn't know already, so Twitch, Twitter, and Instagram, if you didn't know already, I stream on Twitch on Mondays, Tuesdays, Wednesdays and Thursdays. So you want to come catch the action live, please feel free to, as well as like I like to say, like, oh, I've come over from YouTube and whatnot. I love hearing that in the chat and that, so please feel free to come over. There's also the Discord link down below if you want to get in there and talk about all things about, like, if you've got any deck ideas or just like in there for a laugh. You can talk about anything. You don't even have to talk about Legends of Runeterra. You can talk about any game or anything like that. There's plenty of chats helping build a lovely community of people who love Legends of Runeterra, love gaming in general, and just love having a good laugh. That's the plan of that community. So yep, you can get involved in that. There's also, I'm just trying to think what else the hell we've got the merch link down below if you want to check out Legends of Runeterra merchandise, but do not feel forced into any purchases. And as I said, please let me know what you think about this deck down in the comments, or if you make any changes, or if you run this deck, let me know what you would change or how it went for you, because honestly I love getting your feedback and your comments and that, and just thank you for being you and watching, commenting, liking, subscribing. Literally, I said this is what keeps me going, so thank you so much. Like, literally everyone, like, if you want to help support me, I've got an end of year goal of hitting 5,000 followers, subscribers on YouTube and Twitch, and literally I said it's all you, so thank you if you're already supporting me by doing those things. If not, why not consider it? But do not feel forced, as I've said before. Anyway, without further ado, let's just get in and see how this deck does in a couple of matchups. I'm gonna keep the hand. I shall keep off the hand. Judgment will come for you.
They appeared.
You know, I've got no idea what this is, but judgment will come. We have multitudes of options in terms of just like challenge minions and whatnot. That's even nicer. That just makes like choices even nicer. So the Gallant Rider, which we could actually put, I want to put challenge on top of Garen, but I could put challenge on top of the Gallant Rider just so that we get that.
Moving.
So I could technically pass here, because I'm guessing that they want to develop, and then from that development, like, you know, I'm gonna regret not passing. But yeah, so okay, so you're who I need to kill. That's fine. I can understand that. The problem is they probably got a lot of damage spells / maybe freeze spells, so the challenge might actually end up being a problem. But I so badly do want to get challenged on top of Garen. But it's okay. There's Soraka. So, if only we had the healing landmark. Big part of me kind of
For the prince.
wants to throw you out like this. Okay. So, damage going into you. At least it doesn't like... On the plus side, you will be turning into a tough unit. So I'm somewhat okay with this situation. He says. Now, we want to be removing... We want to be removing some problems. Obviously, I want to be throwing Garen down as well. But we know that they've got, like, potential get excited and spells that are going to be really, really problematic to me. Now, admittedly, they just got rid of a bunch of stuff. Although they could have just grabbed themselves the 2 damage spell. So they grabbed themselves the 2 damage. Actually, was that the witch? Is that the one? That is. So that's another one. So they've got another 2 damage spell coming. I really want to throw Garen out, but I feel like I can't throw Garen out right now. At least we've got the healing landmark, so we're gonna go grab. I will also be grabbing. Actually, I guess we do want to be grabbing you and going for this on top. So, because you're becoming tough, which means if they do get the 2 damage, they'd need both of them. So that's fine. So this is all a big but. I love what they're doing, by the way. I love what they're doing, and now they're making sure that Jinx is coming out. Okay, it's fine, because you will take off damage, but we will heal off damage. So, all manner of problems, okay? All manner of problems. But it's okay. Because we have challenges, like we have like all the challenge minions, we have like Soraka and potential Garen and judgment for if needed. Let's face it, sometimes a judgment is needed. See whether or not, like, we know for a fact they've got Jinx in hand. Like that is something that we know. We know for a fact they've got Jinx in hand. So they're not gonna be able to play Jinx anymore. So the chances of Jinx have now retreated. Should I throw down Garen?
For justice.
For Dumusia! That is fine. If anything, you're kind of helping him. In the grand scheme of things, he's being helped out here, so I will accept. Ooh, that's good moves. That is good moves. Good moves, good moves. I mean, they did. The fact that they didn't go forward is a bit surprising. System upgrade. We do have the ability of using judgment, so we could grab some things and then judgment. I wish that I had an ability to be able to get you higher, so we could throw you out. Part of me actually wants to throw Soraka out, right? Just for draw purposes more than anything.
Of the stars.
Does mean that I get myself out of judgment range,
I am here to help.
which is slightly problematic, but as I said, I will live with the decisions that have been made here today. We know that they've got Jinx, and we know that most likely they're going to be playing Jinx this turn. Although, if they play Jinx, we can grab her, which is going to be the reason why they're probably not, right? Because they don't want us to grab Jinx. So they're probably going to be keeping her back, in all honesty. So we could play the Gallant Rider, not that we could do anything with that. Or we could even throw down the Egghead Researcher, just more as a sacrificial, as somebody to sacrifice in the future. But yeah. Basically, the reason why we can't attack forward is because if we attack, we do give them the ability to play Jinx. Which is actually, correction, playing Jinx would actually be quite funny for us. If they do play Jinx, it actually kind of works out in a weird way for us. But I'm actually going to pass the turn. Because all I need to do, like, I've got the healing landmark on board. I just have to start healing now. Like, that has become my mission. Is just heal, heal, heal. Heal, 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 heal. That is the game. Can you improve perfection? Slowly but surely, the ballistic bot is coming out, causing problems. I can still wait. Because next turn, I can at least challenge into judgment moves. Could even go for a single combat at the moment. So I could go for a single combat. So, witness me! Okay. I could throw Soraka knowing that I've got another Soraka. That's the reason why I'm willing to do this. It's the knowledge that I've got another one in hand. Because if they go for a spell to kill her, I've got another one. And that's why I don't feel 100% bad about this. We could also go for a single combat move. Just to kill you. So we're trying to stop their buffs right now. Trying to stop the buffs. We know that they most likely have the free damage spell. I want to level Garen, but you've got to be careful about leveling Garen. So, yeah, she dies, but it's okay because I've got another one. I've got another one of those. So, straight away do this. It's okay. It's okay.
Every step, a new journey.
Judgment. Jinx comes out.
Like buildings. Her people.
Jinx now comes out, which gives me the ability.
Take heart.
Okay.
Live with
What you are about to see. What we are about to see. So, Jinx gets grabbed. We also grab you. And I guess actually we might as well get some heals out of this. We might as well get some heals out as we grab Jinx. Grab you. They go down to 6. And we've got the option for judgment. So, we'll take the judgment moves here today. I mean, yeah, we'll take the judgment moves here today. That is what we do. Judgment! Because that means that they know for a fact putting this forward. Like, we could have waited to see whether they did put it forward. But they know that putting this forward, it's going to be going into death. Which is, like, not what you want to be doing. Obviously, they could have a Get Excited and Mystic Shot that could kill Garen. But that's the level up on Garen. As we can now continuously put pressure. Nobody gets hurt. We can now continuously start putting that pressure forward. So, grabby grabs. They're doing the damage in. They could throw out a multitude of other Plaza Guardians right now. Oh my god! Created by Flash of Brilliance, the Poros, they come! The comedy is like, you know, if they would have leveled Jinx, they had got the rocket going, the rocket would have started working for me. Okay. This is fine. This is absolutely fine. So we can go with grab, like, we just want to grab the, what's his face, the Guardian. Is literally the only one we want to make sure that we're grabbing out of the way. Because the Guardian can actually, I guess it doesn't matter. We've got an Astral Protection, I guess. So we could actually straight up, you know what? We go all in.
Cavalry to the field.
Go get him.
Do what is right.
We do what is right. Could even start throwing you forward as well right now. I mean, they can't block them all.
By starlight.
I know that Soraka should technically be healing someone, but I will take this. We've got the Astral Protection. These are getting damaged, but we've got Astral Protection. You still technically survive right now. We've thrown down Astral Protection. If we had a Judgment, this would have been even more glorious, but we'll take this. Everyone gets healed. Ooh! I mean, if they've got enough one of those, that was squeaky bum time for Garen. Squeaky bum time for Garen. All that needs to be is a damage spell. Oh, Garen! Garen, my boy! Okay. It's fine because we can use a Redeemer. So today we mark... Oh, Jarvan. If only I had space on the board for you, Praise be!
Not the end.
We now have space for you, Jarvan! Jarvan has... I mean... Oh, we wait. Oh, here coming! Oh, here coming!
Live with purpose.
So... We can straight up grab you to take on the Poro. We could parry riposte, but Jarvan comes out. That is the level up on Jarvan. Which means that we could use all the cataclysms, do all the damage that we wanted, and then we could, you know, just heal ourselves even more. But let's face it, like, we got halfway on that. Actually, wait, yeah, we got more than, which we've got like to 10 away, but let's face it, share them out to my opponent really well. But I love what they were trying to do, like trying to use Jinx and the buff spells to potentially, I'm guessing, buff up those discard cards, like the chompers. Like there's a chance of being able to do that in that deck, and so really, really well done. So we are against Time Wizard and a little girl, which admittedly, like, they can actually work really well together. Like the predicament mechanics to make sure you're using different cards, as well as making sure that, like, if there's anything that can protect Zoe, you can get it. I'm going to keep this hand. I mean, admittedly, maybe I should be trying to deep dive on my landmark, but I'm going to keep this hand. Because admittedly, against this deck, I should be. Because if Zilean's time bombs start going off, like, and we have the landmark off, we're actually helping ourselves. So, or they're helping us, sorry. So that's what I should be looking for. I should be trying to deep dive for that landmark, but it's okay. We immediately go forward. Because if they defend, then it's helping Jarvan. If they don't defend, we're doing 2 damage. So, either or, it's okay.
Oh yeah, that's a pretty sparkle.
That's a pretty sparkle fly as they get rid of their other sketcher. So 2 damage in. I'm looking at, I can Tattered Banner into Gallant Rider so we can get that. Or do I Tattered Banner into... Do we Tattered Banner into Finishing Week? Okay, so we can draw the landmark. And we can play the landmark as well. So... I'm going to go forward to begin with. That's the reason why there's 1 copy of this in the deck, is that just in case. Right. Going to go draw landmark, play landmark. Does mean that we're not going to have the mana to be able to Tattered Banner into Gallant Rider, but it's okay. Perfectly fine. So we're going to do this. Could actually sacrifice your life, but like I kind of don't want to if I don't have to, because then I said we could get a bit of draw coming. Oh, it's getting big. It's getting big. I could actually still throw out the Gallant Rider because we do have a number of other like challenge stuff, but I'm thinking, but I would love to get challenge on top of Garen. That's something that I want to do. But okay, we'll see how this goes. We'll see how my opponent attacks first. So I could straight up let you die for draw, or like they could have a power cascade. That's the one thing to bear in mind, is that they could have a power cascade. So part of me is willing to almost take this just so we can draw, so we can potentially find Garen or find it's not Garen, sorry. We potentially find Jarvan or find Soraka. That's the reason why I don't mind doing this. Plus, it leaves me with the mana. Oh, or we could just straight up take the Screeching Dragons, right? But part of me really wants to throw Garen down. Like, a big part of me really wants to throw Garen down with Tattered Banner. Oh, there's my boy! There's my boy.
For justice.
For Dumusia! So, we now have Garen on the field. I could throw Garen down so that he grabs one of these, but I feel like I'm actually going to take the Spacey Sketch. Just because I'm out of sharp sight range, so if they do put down some kind of buff, I can't defend him. So I will go like this instead. I'll go like this and I'll be happy. It's not 100% happy, but I'll be happy enough with it. So Zoe comes down. So now literally all we've got to do is just defend ourselves and hope that we can get around this. Because there's a lot of damage on the board. We do have dragons, and if we can level Garen, then we start just continuously putting pressure on. Especially once Jarvan jumps out of the deck, we start putting pressure on. So this is going to be the plan. Hope. Hope, 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 hope. Hope, hope, hope. So, I'm actually willing to sacrifice one of these. So what I'm thinking here is we definitely kill Goat and kill one of these. This is what I'm happy to do. See whether or not they throw some kind of buff down and hope that Sharp Sight is going to be. So Power Cascade. They're going to need another Power Cascade. So second Power Cascade. And then we go, aha! Obviously they could have Hush. The only problem here is the potential of Hush. But okay, we need to hope that Hush is not in that hand right now. Just don't have it. Don't have it. I said don't have it. It's okay. So we don't get Jarvan. We don't get Jarvan. We don't get Garen's level up, which is a big shame. obviously, but we do have Screeching Dragons that we can get out, and obviously we can get a bit of draw coming out of this. So the Eggman, but yeah, no, we need to throw the dragon out, because the dragon does at least mean that we can start getting rid of Zoe, who is actually a big issue to us. And as I said, once Zilean drops and those time bombs start going in, they will actually start helping us. So their main thing is making sure that they can. So part of me is actually considering. Actually, no, because I wouldn't be able to use this yet. I could technically throw this down and then. Actually, I could technically throw you down and then on guard. Like. But a part of me really wants to get a Screeching Dragon on the board. Obviously, we might see a Hush, which does mean that maybe I should have considered this. Like, throwing you down and then on guard. But okay. Because they can't Hush them all. But we've seen one Hush out of them, and that's important. Ah, Equinox! Yep, should have gone the other way. Should have gone with the other plan. But okay. Because it's more the fact that I need to kill Zoe before she levels. That's actually somewhat important. Another so that is all 3 Pale Cascades. What if there's any bonus here? All 3 Pale Cascades have been out. Now I need to find Sharp Sight. I need to find Sharp Sight because I do need to deal with this Zoe problem because it is a legitimate problem. So I should have just gone with the on guard. On the plus side, I know this for the future. Because the second that Zoe levels, we end up on a back foot where we have to try and work our way out of the situation. But if we can, kill her, it's going to be okay. So that is an annoyance. But it is dealable with, hopefully, maybe, one day. So we need to consider the fact that obviously Jarvan can come out. That's what I mean. You don't want to take up enough space so Jarvan can't fit himself out. They're going to start going really elusive in. I mean, I'm so glad they've not shuffled more landmarks in by you, because it means that it's less likely she's going to hit elusive. Okay. So it looks like we're going to be sacrificing someone to you. But we do, like, she's going to level, isn't she? She's going to level. Like, all it takes is, like, any one of those cards, she's leveled. So I'm in a little bit of danger. I'm in danger. Okay, we're in a bit of danger right now, but okay, we'll find ways. Hopefully, maybe, hopefully, we'll find ways out. We're not going to. We should have. If I would have used the on guard move on the last turn, we're going all the way down to 1, which is not ideal. My main concern is you. I need to find a Sharp Sight. I need to find the Sharp Sight. Okay, so. We'll take this, he says, hopingly. It's not the most ideal situation. It is, without a doubt, my main concern is you. But okay, we can throw down on guard. Throw down on guard. You can grab here. You can grab here. And then we have Jarvan come out. But I have got, like... Even Jarvan coming out is not enough.
Remember my words.
Like, even Jarvan coming out is not enough to actually deal with you. Because unless we could level you, but we're not going to be leveling you. Like, it's a shame that we've not had more damage going in beforehand. The on-guard, we just needed to hold for a bit longer. Sadly, we did not hold long enough. And I've not got anything which is going to be healing. Unless we can top deck Sharp Sight or... if we can top deck single combat. Those are our 2 choices, but bear in mind that they've got a lot of stuff which is actually working very nicely for them now. The fact that they can give like everything elusive or like all the problems are coming. I just need to hope that I can top deck some of my solutions. Because I'm down to 1 health. It is all or nothing right now. Okay. It's okay, it's okay. So all this goes down. At least we're doing something in for this. But yeah, no, I should. There are so many things I should have done better. I regret everything. Okay, because they have to immediately go forward because they know that we're going to have Cataclysm. So they know they have to immediately go forward. We just need to hope that we top deck Sharp Sight or Single Combat. One of those 2 cards
I need. Like, crucially, I need one of those two cards right now.
I've learned what I can to
So, it's not good. Getting a little bit of, getting that healing in. Okay. So, the cards, Yugi! Now, other issues might become apparent. Zoe's out. Oh, they're all elusive. I mean, I don't think I now don't think there is a way that I get round this, right? In terms of the fact that I can do this. I can do this and kill you. But like, it's the fact they've got like all the elusives in on me right now. If it was just what they had there, I would have been okay. But now it's not looking good. It's not looking good. I'm definitely dead because I've got no way of dealing with Zoe. So Demacia!
Ours is but to do.
So we can remove you from the field of play, but I've got a lot of other issues. Mostly, so that you know, I would even accept that because it still means that this is a trade-off. So I don't mind that. What I do mind is the fact that I've literally got no way of getting myself around this. So we can go and just like, you know, even do this, but sadly without a way. Shadow mode to my opponent. Honestly, really well played deck. Really well played. Nothing I can really do about that situation. So really well played. Okay, so we are against the big boys of Irelia and Azir, but hopefully, if we can get the landmark and if we can get Soraka, their blades work for us. But it is the fact of trying to get both of those things. I'm going to keep the single so we've got the landmark, which is at least going to be something which is helping when their blades come out. But I will be needing like Soraka for the draw. That's what I want. Would you like Soraka for? Is for the draw that she can like present. Now, admittedly, we're going to be taking one. So Egghead Researcher definitely drops, I feel. And then we can throw down the Star Spring in the turn after. Gallant Rider, if we can find something which is I mean, Screeching Dragon would have been nicer, but okay. Yes, no, Screeching Dragon would be nicer. Of course, they get Deus turn 2, and then they're going to go turn 3 directly into Azir or Irelia. Like, you know, they've got everything mapped out perfectly. So Azir comes down now, they go really well. Ooh, okay, no. So I will take this damage. I do still have a Sharp Sight as an option. So Sharp Sight is an option. Still means that I'm taking a considerable amount of damage, which is not ideal. I would love to not be taking these considerable points of damage, but okay. We're going to throw this down now. Might end up, would you like, thinking that I should have saved that for something else, but we are taking it. So, yep, of course. So I don't even get the benefits of the heal there. Gallant Rider could come out. Gallant Rider, meaning that single combat on top of you could be good. Bear it like Nopify and what's his face? Hoodafoo's aside. So Nopify and Deny aside, we have the potential of single combat that might be able to get you out. But I said if Irelia or Azir drops, it's starting to look damning. Okay. Throw you forward. No reason really not to. Obviously they could have another one of those buffs. It's okay. We'll do some damage. Oh, there's the Irelia. So the blade stuff starts cutting. If only I could have given you tough. If I could have challenged and given you tough, that would have been lovely. But okay. So I'm thinking to myself, potential single combat to be able to deal with the sparring student, or I could single combat to try to deal with Irelia, like, because she also does become an annoyance. And I haven't got really anything that's going to be saving me from her. But the sparring student does start to go a little bit insane in this move. Like, once like, all these Deus things, like, start doing damage and whatnot as well. There is going to be a lot coming up of the sparring student. So I will go for defending student right now. Because the amount that they would be going up. So, no profile deny. Oh! Whew. Okay. I do at least have, but I said we're still going to be taking a lot of damage. So, got to do this to try and give myself the best possible chances. Okay, they go for recall instead. It's not ideal. Really want to be removing you from the field of battle. Okay. We can defend. Still taking a lot. So do your worst. I think they are. They're doing some devastating damage into me. So they can return, which the only thing is they've got less things going on. The only positive is that they've got less things going on in their hand. So it's very unlikely I'll be able to come back. But if I find a way to come back, it would be nice. Obviously, I said, like, they go, oh, okay. Not gonna lie, was not expecting that. But okay, that is the level up on Irelia, though. So, I kind of have to go like this. I mean, admittedly, they could have a buff again, right? They could have a buff that would cause me significant problems. As I said, my health is not looking good. They've got elusive in on me. They've still got that sparring student. And I've got many other issues that have to be dealt with. But especially when I'm not drawing well. Like, if the Screeching Dragon would have been lovely right now, because the Screeching Dragon would have just meant that we had our options, or even if we could somehow get a what's his face would be lovely. A lovely sharp sight would be lovely, but of course they've always got the answers. They've always got the answers, and sadly, although I do have 2 Astral Protections, there's a lot of damage right now that's coming for me, and those sparring... Oh, single combat might end up yet again potentially being useful. So, gonna go for trying to kill the Irelia. So, actually, correction. We'll go off of this one. So, gonna go with trying to kill the Irelia here. Got a lot of other issues, but hopefully we might be able to kill. Like, no, but like, oh, they get the recall. Like, what can I do? I mean, and the more that just means that more damage is coming for me. More damage is coming. And I can't even deal with, like, everything at the moment in terms of, like, how wide they can go on the board. So, it's not looking good. It's not looking good. And the fact that they can swap round wherever, and the fact they've got elusives as well, yeah, no, it's definitely over. Like, there's no way I can get around this. Plus, they've got, like, another 2 blade surges. So, I know there's no way that I can, possibly get around this. So, shadow mode to my opponent. We tried. This is an interesting combination, using Kindred with Karma. Very interesting combination here. Now, I guess it's like, just like, go hard is what I'm expecting. So yeah, go hard is what I'm expecting, but we'll see what happens. Obviously, Shadow Owl's like Karma with go hard does make, there is synergy within there. And I guess Kindred more like crowd control. It'd be what I am guessing this combination is going to be. I could get my healing landmark out. You must! But I could get my healing landmark out, but I'm gonna... Oh, 2 Screeching Dragons. Obviously, instead of Kindred drops with all the vengeances and those issues, I do have problems in that front. But okay, we could go for throwing down the Protégé, meaning that, like, so if they've got go hard, Protégé might, like, is most likely gonna die here. But I'm gonna go for it. And their swords! Because we can throw down Protégé to get rid of this fading icon. But I said, Vile Feast, Vile Feast, go hard, and many other things do become issues here. But we'll see how we do. Because on the plus side, we will at least be helping out Jarvan, or not. If they immediately go for the Vile Feast move. I was hoping we were going to be helping Jarvan. Okay. So, next turn, maybe we just get this landmark out. Start getting it out. Start, like, letting them know what's going on. Obviously, deny could happen on top of my diverted path. It depends on how much mana they use. So, draws. It's okay. Don't worry, everyone. We can do this. We can do this. So, like, they're drawing into their go hards. They're drawing into their karmas and their kindreds. Their bombounders. And I mean, admittedly, the second that they we don't need to use this anymore for that. Okay. Did it move? So we don't have to use that anymore for this. I could throw down Soraka next turn, throw down landmark, because if damage happens to either of these 2,
I fight with my spirit,
then we get the heals next turn. So obviously they don't do anything. Screeching Dragon, But then I'm thinking to myself, like, I really want to play that landmark, but at the same point, you need to look at the situation. So, Vengeance could come out. So I'm gonna go like this, just in case Vengeance comes out, because Redeemer then becomes the plan. Kindred could also drop, by the way. Ooh, okay. Big boy damage. Big boy damage comes out. So I could throw you forward. I'm thinking to myself, do I want to throw out this here, knowing that I got Astral Protection, but I guess I'd want to use Astral Protection on Dragon rather than on this. But it's just the things to take damage. Or not. Okay. They didn't want to chance it. It's fair play to them. So I'm actually just gonna throw out the Gift Giver here. I guess I could have thrown out, which is like a Screeching Dragon. But I'm gonna say to myself, it'll be okay. They're getting a lot of draw, which means that they're getting closer and closer to like Karma and Kindred. And once Kindred drops, it does start to become like an issue of dealing with Kindred. Because we do need to remove them. So Screeching Dragon could remove Kindred. We've got 2 landmarks. Not that landmarks are really doing anything, because my opponent is choosing not to go forward because they don't want to be doing damage. They don't want to do damage so that we don't get the heals right now. That's what they're going for. So it's fine. I can take 2 damage to core. The only thing I don't have is any heals that go into my core. So they could play Kindred. They could very much play Kindred. We'll go forward with everyone else again.
Live with purpose.
Go forward with everyone else again. Playing the hope game. If they remove these and throw Kindred out, so potential Vengeance. I wish they had Bastions and things, but why have I made such a silly deck? I thought it sounded like a good idea at the time. It was a terrible idea. Don't play this deck. Listen to Uncle Gomez. Don't play this deck. We could have technically thrown out the other Screeching Dragon here, so they got the Vengeance, which there's literally nothing that I can do to stop that Vengeance. We can still accept, throw down the Screeching Dragon, so you're dying, but we are still getting like some heals potentially. It depends on whether or not they throw down. So like part of me is actually considering gemming this, just so that, because they could throw down a Vile Feast, and I guess if they're going to Vile Feast, they're Vile Feast now. So they've not got the Vile Feast. We'll throw you down. We could have actually gone for the draw, which probably would have been the better decision, in all honesty. But I'm gonna take a second landmark, because we need to get there as quickly as possible. Like, before all those go-hards and problems come, we need to get there quicker. So doing this, obviously Ruination could be in this deck. I said, like, we already know that Vengeance is present. Like, go hard is what I honestly assume is what the deck is going for. But we'll see. We see the hope that they draw terribly. Second, that Karma drops, I do have issues. I don't have a single combat in hand or anything like that. And even if I did, potential of Nopify and Deny is always the issues. I really wish I had a single combat right now, because single combat right now would have been just like so legit.
As fast as I could.
But okay.
I will play my part.
We can at least, so we will be accepting that damage. I could throw down a Tattered Banner to get you out, but I really want to be getting draw off of you, so I would rather see what else I get. Although I might end up massively regretting the decisions, I'd rather see what I get and hope and pray. So, Laron, yeah, again, you are a challenge unit, which is good for me. Who does not know that? So, Ruination could drop, and then they would be killing one of their own Karmas. But who does not know the name Laron? I could actually gem you up for the Karma move. So what I could consider is I could gem you up, but let's just go with this attack. I know that most likely Vengeance is coming for my dragon. I know this. But yes, now I know that Vengeance is most likely coming for my dragon, because you don't leave Karma undefended. So I expect Vengeance to come in here. It's okay. I know it's coming. Come for me. Take me. I really wish I had a Bastion right now. The only positive is draw and the fact that I'm at least forcing damage in other places, meaning that at least the landmarks are loving this a little bit. But they're not doing too well, my landmarks, right now, so, like, it's okay. It's okay. Please. Just accept death. Accept the sweet caress of death! Vengeance, as I said, was very, like, likely gonna hit. So, Karma's going to be going into next turn. Karma levels next turn as well. On the plus side, Jarvan's leveled if we can ever find the man. Speaking of, we throw this out. It's not going to grab him. Speaking of, we're going for this. At least we're getting some heals coming off that. More draw. So the go hards. This is now that Karma's leveling. Go hard, go hard, go hard, go hard. Like I know it's coming. I know it's coming. Go hard, pack your bags, all these problems. So, come on, Karma levels. The immediate move is go hard, which they throw down on top of you, so it happens twice. And then it's like, at least, okay, right, one deny down. At least one denies that, but this is now when the go hards are going to be starting. I really wish I had a single combat or something. Just try to remove this concerted strike. Even a cataclysm, all the moves that would be legitimately glorious. Okay, so the go hards are coming. Like the go hards are coming. Let's face it. So come on, you've done so much draw. You must like. I refuse to believe that you don't have go hard.
Engulf them.
Engulf them. So go hard. Come on, let's go. I cannot believe it. I can honestly not believe that there's no go hard that's dropped right now. So I could on guard. It's not the best. Literally, there's only one person who trades with what's the like? I don't have a sharp sight or anything. So part of me is considering playing this Screeching Dragon. It might be problematic, and obviously, like I want the ability to try to grab both of them. So I'm forcing them to make a decision about saving, like, Karma or Kindred.
Rivers shape the land and give it
Rivers shape the land, you bitch! So, I'm gonna actually go with grabbing this way. And grabbing you. Because it's not ideal. It's definitely not what I want to be doing, because obviously I'd rather you go into this. But I'm gonna do this, and if they do a reaction, we do have Astral Protection. Now, admittedly, they could just throw down another Karma. So, it's not the best. Like I said, we do have this that could. They just want to be removing both of my dragons right now. That's what they're going for. So, I'll throw down this. See how this goes down. It's a shame because obviously Astral Protection is a great move to use with these landmarks. Okay, right. I don't know how this has happened and where the hell the go hards are. But the go hards have got to be there, right? They've got to be. I refuse to believe that they're not. In all honesty, I refuse to believe that. So they could throw down another Karma or not. I mean, come on, like what? How's that deck drawn? Like that deck must have like the only way that we've got around this is if that deck is drawn absolutely abysmally. Because how? How is that? Like, I mean, I can't believe what I'm seeing from my eye from mine eye holes. Okay, we've at least got both of the landmarks are on the same at the moment, so that's nice. Garen could drop. Yeah, again, no single combats, but it's okay. We can find. I just need to hope that luck continues to go terribly wrong for my opponent. That's the only hope that I have left right now. Come on, just let the luck continuously be terrible. So they throw out their deep med. It must be a go hard deck. The only thing that makes sense is a go hard deck. So we're gonna do this move. Could actually go with throwing down Garen as well. By the way, that admittedly, Ruination. I'm actually gonna keep. I can stay. So okay.
Then kindle anew.
Now here comes the Rekindler. So the chances of go get it could, which it was like, they've got to have it, right? They've got to. So I'm just going to go with the heal on top of you because like you're the best target to go into at the moment. So I'm just going to see whether or not we see it come. It's got to. It's got to. So, okay, right. I mean, come on! Like, there's so much draw as well. There's so much draw as well. Okay. We throw down, because they can only throw down a maximum of 1 go hard right now, which is only 2 damage. So it's okay, I'm going to throw down you. I'm considering throwing down the Screeching Dragon as well. Next turn going into an on guard. That's going to be the plan. Now, admittedly, like, you are a good unit to be getting rid of, but still, dragons. We could go into the on guard. I could have actually tattered banner before going into Garen. Might have been a better choice, but okay. It's okay.
What is gained when you return malevolence?
So, I'm gonna go with the on guard just to get like it's literally just, everyone else has got challenge other than Garen. So, just so that Garen can get a piece of the action here. So we're gonna go with throw you on top of River Shape the Land. Throw you on top of. I feel like we just want to be like forcing out their units, and then we're trying to kill Karma. Although Karma is most likely not gonna die, we tried to kill Karma, and I go like this. It's not the most ideal situation, but the amount of draw that they've had, the amount of like all of those things, I said they could still very easily pack my bags. Like that, my bags could be packed and out the door like very quickly. A lot of draw. Lots of draw, which immediately they're gonna start burning cards, right? With how many cards they've got in hand. So they've got no more spells. They must have them all. Like, the fact that they cannot draw any more spells, they must have all of their go-hards. Like, it's fact. It's fact. And to be fair, they could actually go through, what? I am so confused and I'm so confused. How, why, and how? But honestly, shed a moat to my opponent. They must have. How was this happen? So that was this weird healing deck. It sounds like a good idea and it all works. Like, you know, like the concept is there, but sadly in practice it didn't really work out too well. I'm gonna be honest with you guys. Like literally, this lost I'm just trying to work this out right now. This lost about 60 to 70% of its games and only won like 50, but it's still a fun deck and it's a fun concept to just be exploring around with Soraka and that's the thing of it. Like I like trying to explore down different avenues. Now it's not working out now, but this could work out potentially in the future and whatnot, and sadly we didn't really get to see like its potential as much as I really wanted to. Now there are definitely changes that can be made to this deck to make it better. I do apologize as well that the editing's probably not going to be as good on this one because I'm very busy this weekend and going into next week. I haven't got the time to edit as much as I would do, so I'm just going to be putting these things together and hoping that you still enjoy it. I do apologize if you don't, because I'm probably just going to be nattering on and repeating myself continuously. That's why I spend about 90% of my editing is me trying to cut out the amount of R-ing and repeating of myself that I do. So I do apologize obviously to you if that has affected your viewing pleasure, but I hope you enjoyed yourself. And bear in mind, let me know what you think down in the comment section down below, as well as obviously you can catch me on Twitch on Mondays, Tuesdays, Wednesdays and Thursdays. Links down below for that. Link to the Discord as well if you want to get in there. Merchandise and whatnot. All links down below. Please check them out. And thank you so much for watching. I hope you had a great day, afternoon, evening, or whatever it is for you. And until next time, bye!
Flash of brilliance that could save me. Save me! That doesn't save me. Okay. Is there anything from you? Save me. That doesn't save me! Okay. Get rid of this and get rid of this. Find something that can save me.